Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna get ready to do Aries reading in a sec. Get my Catwoman back on. It's 7 a.m. here. I just wanted to check in and share a bit about this sober living that I was posting about. So this is something I've been trying to do for some time and almost conquered many a time, but then always just fell back down to old habits, to old routines. As some of you know, I've written a book and I've not released this yet because one of the things in it is sobriety and how I want to be able to break certain barriers before I put out certain information, certain messages. More for my own personal standards of feeling hypocritical to not have certain things down, to prove certain things to myself. A few things I want to make clear. Firstly, I have nothing against any substance, smoking, drinking, like there's no judgment. Personally, why it's been so hard for me is because I genuinely love weed. I love to smoke. I love how it feels. I love the energy of it, how it helps me to be creative. And suffering from different things for many years from young, like mental, emotional, sexual and physical abuse, it's like, I know it's kept me alive. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that support, the way that it supported me through certain times. And there's that thing that Gabor Mate explains about how a lot of the time we condemn our addictions instead of appreciating them or healing the relationship with that. It's like, I've got nothing against weed. I've got something against the way that I abuse it. Same with anything, shrooms, drinking, whatever it is. It's like the way that you're doing something, if it's controlling you or if you're controlling it. If the intention is to fully honor that in a sacred way, or if it's to truly just enjoy yourself, have fun, or if it's a case of it's not enjoyable, it's not fun, it's a coping mechanism, some kind of short-term stress relief that never really brings a relief. And that's really where I'm at. So I've had all the signs to stop, so many signs, downloads. It's the only thing that's really been coming through for me. And again, I feel like it's not anything logical. It's not because it's wrong. It's not because it's bad. It's not because I'm less than for doing that. It's not because I can't create without it. But there is something maybe that I can't see. And it's like a lot of us, when we're asked to release certain things, it's hard to understand the why. And a lot of the time you don't know why something has to change until you're moving on in some way and it makes sense in retrospect. So I've been ignoring all of these signs, and then yesterday something come up. Somebody commented on my Sagittarius video, Mark Bedard, you've supported the channel from early, appreciate you, there's no hard feelings here, but I just want to be honest with what's happened. So the comment was something like, you're a bit young for Parkinson's, or you're a bit young to have Parkinson's. And I don't know if it was meant in terms of the illness, in terms of something else that I don't understand, or something else I don't know about, another reference to something. But it triggered something in me, it hit a nerve. Firstly, I got grandparents that passed away from Alzheimer's, watching the degeneration of loved ones, the decline of my loved ones is something that I haven't fully processed, something that's raw, something that hurts, something that angers me because of the way that we are taught to live, the way what we're given, what we have on offer to us to invest in terms of what we consume, how we run our daily, and how all those things contribute to many of the illnesses that people suffer from, those kind of terminal situations. And also on a spiritual level, how we're not taught how certain beliefs, certain things can, certain emotion, when it's not processed, how that can lead to our detriment. It's like, that frustrates me in itself. So when I first see this comment, the first reaction was anger, rage, a kind of frustration, not just at the comment, but at my guys. Like, why have you let this come on my page? Why has this been allowed to be commented on my page? Why are you bringing up the past? Why are you even telling me that this could be a possibility for me? Is this a message I'm meant to receive? Is this someone getting the wrong idea? Is this have I got the wrong idea? Is this not what's meant by this? Then I had to kind of decompartmentalize, put things aside. It's like, regardless of what was meant by this comment, the first thing my intuition went to was the illness. And because of certain things being in survival mode for so many years, cortisol levels, hormone issues, going through physical abuse, self-harm, it's like my stress levels are often dangerously high. It's something I've been working through, something I've been releasing, regulating, learning how to work through trauma, release trauma, transmute certain things, accept certain things, forgive certain people. But especially where starting the channel, it's like I put my health to the side. It's like work comes first. I want to make this happen. I want my dreams to come true. I want to serve. I want to show up. I should be grateful that I've even got this platform. I need to give it everything I have, regardless of what that means. And because of the things that have happened, like, there are certain symptoms that would look like Parkinson's in terms of trembling, shaking. I get tension around my neck, around my shoulders, because of stored trauma in the body, because of things that haven't yet been dealt with, haven't been released. And it's a fear. The anger from the comment stems from fear, because it's like, I'll be damned if I go down that way. How dare society's built that my loved ones went down that way. Like, I won't go down. Like, I'm going to learn from this. I'm not going down like that. Like, my biggest passion is to spread awareness on these things, that you don't have to go down like that. So it put things in perspective. I wanted to delete the comment. I was expecting an answer like, what do you mean by this? Like, complete panic. And then I had a flashback to when I wrote the book and when I very first discovered how the body heals itself. When I found out about that, Dr. Joe Dispenza, people with stage 4 illness and Alzheimer's, dementia, how they can heal their mind and their body with thought alone, by in terms of meditation, in terms of belief, hypnosis, just by creating a shift, rewiring neurons, upgrading the DNA, changing the DNA, that nothing's inherited, that everything can be changed and you can start fresh today. And if I believe that I have this, if I believe that I'm going down that road, then I'll find myself down that road. But just in terms of pulling myself back to my center. And there's been so many things like this in my life that I've been told, that I won't be able to walk, that I won't be able to do certain things, that I won't heal from certain illnesses, from certain situations. And each time that's happened, the anger of someone telling me that is like, no, F you, I'm not accepting this. I'm not going to accept that. So I had to have some long conversation with myself that whatever's meant by this comment, I'm not accepting it. I'm going to face it. I'm not going to delete it and ignore it and run from it and pretend it's never there. This has come up for a reason. What is this teaching me? I'm going to accept it. And then I was like, okay, so let's say that that is true. Let's say that that is what I've got, or that is where I'm heading. What would I need to do? Is that the end of it? It's like, no, you can change your situation, your circumstances with thought alone, with feeling alone. That nothing is certain. Like, not letting anyone condemn you to a life that you don't want to live. How belief is power. After all of these thoughts, I was still thinking about deleting this comment. Like, I don't need this spell work. I don't need this manifestation or this spelling, this affirmation on my page. I don't want anything to do with this. Let me take it off. And as I was thinking that, I literally heard this voice, and it was like, this comment you want to delete is about, like, this comment from this gentleman that you want to delete, like, this comment is about to trigger one of the biggest transformations in your life. And it did. It shook my whole world, because it sent me back to a time, it's like, that I would have given anything to change the situation of past loved ones' diagnosis. And I didn't have the information then to be able to help. It's like, in retrospect, it's like, if I had known what I knew now, certain things wouldn't have gone down that way. Then having to forgive yourself for that, to think there isn't anything that could have been done at the time. So it's just interesting. It's like, a lot of the time when things hurt our feelings or we're offended, it's like there's medicine in that. And it did make me think, it's like, regardless if this could be the case or this couldn't be the case, like, what do I know for a fact? What I know for a fact is what we have access to in most of the world isn't what is grown out the floor, isn't what comes out of the earth. It's not pure. It's not like I'm chilling in jar with the best of the best. Like, so what am I choosing to put in my body? And then why am I doing that? Something else that come up, and the same grandparent that passed from this, from Alzheimer's, had a huge admiration for Judy Garland. And something come up when I was doing these videos, these tarot videos. I was up till like 4 or 5 in the morning. Once I was up 48 hours the other week because I had to get this done. And this thing come up, and it was called, it was like the show must go on. And it was how she'd perform and then run into the dressing room and pop pills and drink things and have to get herself ready, because it's like whatever state she's in, the show must go on. And I could see that in me. And it's like, okay, if this is how you're moving with 2,000 followers, what if like expectations rise? What if you do need to commit more to something? You need to put in more. Does that mean for how much you put in, you're going to up how much you smoke? Is this going to work for the long term? Where's this going to lead to? And although I know there's no urgency right now in the present, it's like making conscious decisions now for what I want to see show up in my reality later. So when I go to do a video and I can feel that I'm forcing it, I'm pushing it, I don't have it in me. So I'm seeking some kind of external energy, some fake kind of energy to get that done, to deliver. I stop myself now. And it's like, it can wait. I'm going to definitely share different clips. Again, I have no idea what yet. I'm thinking about maybe starting another channel. I don't want to get it all messy and mixed up with the tarot. But probably the first 2, 3 I'll probably post on here and then delete, shift it over to a different channel if I continue doing that in terms of sharing what is helping me. There's been so many things that I've used before, from recipes to different ways of keeping active, things for the mind, things for the body, ways of getting through, ways of handling the symptoms. So I feel like that might be helpful to someone if I was to share that. And even now, it's like, it's not even been a whole day since I had my last, and I'm thinking, oh, it's not even been a day yet. Should I just start tomorrow? I should just start tomorrow. Even I'm thinking of any excuse, like, it's the time of the month right now. That would be a time when I would most, it's like, get up, have a cup of tea, finish the tea, have one, go for a walk, have one before the walk, get back from the walk, have one, make food, have one, cook it, have one, eat it, have one. It's like, it's actually crazy how much, and from a young age, I smoke a lot less now than I did. And it's still more than a lot of smokers that I know. It's like, it's been my vice for so long that it's just going to be stepping into a whole new world. It's uncomfortable, coming out of my comfort zone, not even knowing how I'm going to run. It's like, who even am I without the smoke? And that is like, even that is just time to see what's on the other side of that. Not to prove anything to anyone, not for any other reason than just to give myself that experience. It's like, what do I want to experience? What it could feel like in this lifetime. I see people thriving that are committed to being sober, focusing on what they have to gain, not what they're losing, how much more they can create, how much more energy they have. So I'm just gonna see what comes up, put some bits together and share. If there's anything that you want to see or that you need help with, or if there's some kind of thing that you're stuck on that is like, how you don't know how to cope when you get into this place, or what could you do instead of doing this, or how to run your days, if there's anything you want me to share or experiment with, like, feel free to comment. And yeah, that's it really. I just wanted to share this honestly. I feel like it was a big wake-up call And I feel like I just want to keep this, especially with the Halloween reads as well. I feel a little disconnected from you guys. Like I'm just putting on this outfit and then I'm doing the read and I'm off. And I miss my like late night sitting in this chair doing your reads, having a chat. So it's definitely, I feel like my intention to share all things behind the scenes, like keeping it just 100 with you, is really how I want to do it, how I want to continue. So thank you to Mark for pissing me off. It's been marvellous. I've seen a lot. It's shown me a lot about myself, a lot that I thought I'd dealt with. It's shown me where I've been hiding and how I've been hiding. And hopefully there'll be some great transformations coming up. And when I say I've been hiding, it's like even in the videos when I'm in survival mode and like my words will slur or my finger or my arms start kind of shaking, or I get some kind of tension, some kind of muscle spasm or something like that happens. It's like I'm so aware of it that I will naturally pause, wait for it to calm down, and then carry on. I'll start the sentence again. I'll cut that out of the video. Not a lot of people would realise because it seems to run seamlessly. But actually, it's like, that's not really how it is. One of the reasons why I haven't gone live yet, and I'm so eager, like I want to go live. I've been wanting to go live for so long. I joined a coaching program with Victor, Odo, and Aaron Dowdy, and it was literally about putting yourself out there, full-time purpose. Get on live, go live on Facebook. That was the homework. I couldn't get my ass on live. I would literally stand there. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't break that barrier. And actually the reason why is because I'm embarrassed of the symptoms connected to the trauma, the things that are still kind of lingering in my energy, the way that things are running. And I'm determined before the end of the year to get my ass on live. As I said before, it's like a lot of the time it's easier for people to deal with their demons behind closed doors. But when I find myself slacking, it's like sometimes I get frustrated with myself. I've run out of patience. And it's like the quickest way for me to transform something is to put it out, to bring it to the light. It's like, yeah, this is the struggle, this is the problem. There's no hiding from that. Now get on with it, that kind of energy. So we'll see how it goes. Just because even that, as soon as I posted about it, I was like wanting to delete it. Because it's like, now I've said it, there's this. But it's like, even that, I'm going to make sure that I'm not even doing this for anyone else. I'm not even just doing this to help, like I'm doing it for myself first. That's been a lesson. It's like for a long time wanting to do it for others because people judged me for it, wanting to make others proud, wanting others not to think less of me in some way, wanting to be accepted, being around those that didn't accept smoking. But it's like really doing it for myself. So like I said, if it all goes downhill, I'm going to document that too and just see how it goes. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a fab day, and I'll see you next as Catwoman for Aries reading. And then, yeah, I'll hopefully drop some content about this and about what I get up to. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do it daily or just do like a weekly update, but we'll see. Sending you guys so much love. Thanks for listening to me rant. Catch you in a bit.